Good evening, everyone, and welcome. So thrilled to have you all attending this evening. I'm Jo Stutzman, creator and founder of Highly Empowered Life Players. Our mission is to empower you to live your best life, and we do that through education on the proper use of essential oils and also through our coaching program for entrepreneurs. So this evening, we're going to be speaking specifically about the safe and proper use of essential oils with your pets. It's a hot topic and one that has a lot of controversy surrounding it. And so our goal this evening is to help you understand a little bit better how essential oils work if you're new to essential oils, and then to provide some practical protocols and recommendations for you. I am not a vet. That's just a disclaimer. I'm going to put that out there. What I'm sharing with you is veterinarian recommended solutions to some basic health concerns for your pets. And then we're also going to be joined by my special guest, Jade Pullen. She has agreed to come on and share with you some things that have worked really well for her and her pets. She has 4 dogs. Go ahead and feel free to take pictures of the screen if you'd like. I will be recording this, and you will receive a recording if you signed up through Eventbrite. I will have resources listed for you at the end of this so you can connect with some of the veterinarians that we'll be talking about. I wanted to say a special thank you to Jade for co-hosting this with me, taking the time. I know she has a lot going on in her life right now. And also to Michelle Hoy, my part-time assistant, for editing my PowerPoint, making sure that I'm on track and everything. So Michelle's going to be answering your questions also. So if you have any questions, go ahead and type them into the chat and Michelle will try to keep up with you. But hopefully I answer a lot of those questions as we go through this. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we will get started. Okay. Essential oils for your pets. We're going to be talking mostly about small animals, but a little bit also about large animals. So for those of you who are new to essential oils, what are essential oils? They are natural, highly concentrated compounds found in the roots, bark, seeds, flowers, and other areas of a plant. They also come from trees. They give a plant its aroma, they protect the plant from harsh environmental conditions and insects, and they play a role in plant.
I don't know what you do. Or
So they help protect the plant, and when they are extracted in the proper way, they give us the same protection.
yeah.
Why use essential oils? They're natural and safe. You don't have to worry about side effects. They're effective and fast acting, and they are affordable. And we're going to walk through some of those. So the quality and purity of doTERRA makes their oils safe for your pets. The co-impact sourcing that doTERRA does, what that means is they source the oils from where they're indigenous to. So that gives them the highest quality, medicinal quality possible, because they are in their native environment and that's where they grow the best. So everything is perfect, the soil conditions, the weather, and all that. They are third-party tested by APRC, and we listened to the CEO of APRC when we were at convention, and according to him, doTERRA is the only company out of more than 500 essential oil companies that they do testing for that, 1, distributes only pure essential oils, and 2, makes their testing results available to the public. So that should tell you something about the quality of doTERRA essential oils. If you did not realize this, you can go to source2u.com, type in the number on the bottom of your bottle. I don't have one right beside me right now, but there's a number on the bottom of your bottle. And if you type that number in, it will pull up the results of the test that was done on that particular bottle of oil. So that's what they mean by making them public. Effective and fast acting. So doTERRA oils contain hundreds of different compounds, providing complex and versatile abilities to combat threats without building up resistance. So that means that you're not going to become immune to it. It works with the body to address issues and root causes on a cellular level. Because of the purity of doTERRA essential oils, the body knows how to best utilize it. Unlike synthetics, which the body must first break down and sort through to find the usable part. So it's direct and quick with a lot of minor ailments. It's affordable, pennies per dose. I kind of broke down here the different oils that we're going to be talking about, some of them, and what it costs per drop. On an adult dose is 1 to 2 drops each time that you use it, and the same goes for small pets, or for small animals, your pets. So this is just a few of the ways that humans can use essential oils. Cooking, digestion, hair and skin care, immune support, household cleaning. You're going to see this list somewhat repeated with animals, your pets. Dr. Jeanette Yamamoto was one of the veterinarians out there that was on the panel, and she said what is harmful to humans is even more harmful to pets because they are more sensitive. If it causes a problem with us, it will cause a problem with them. So here are some of the ways that you can use essential oils on your pets. Digestive discomfort, anxiety, focus, and this was speaking of like a show horse. Cuts and abrasions, snoring, tick and flea repellent, muscle and joint support, allergies and respiratory support. That's become a big thing, especially I'm finding with dogs. I never realized that dogs had so many allergies, or so many dogs had allergies. So this is really a problem. Surgery recovery, fur and skin care, and immune health. And this is just a breakdown of the veterinarian panel that we listen to. All right, ditch the chemical cleaners. So you can trade all of this over here for a spray bottle and some On Guard cleaner concentrate. A lot of people don't think about the products that they clean with and how harmful they are to their pets. But if you think about pets walking around on your floors, basically in bare feet, they're taking in everything that you've used on those floors. So just like humans, it's going to affect them.
I just want to make a comment. Like, you're totally right on that, especially because, you know, when you put oils on their paws, like, that's where they absorb the most stuff, like, is from their paws. Like, and so you're exactly right. And speaking of the On Guard, the cleaner, I actually use that. I have two Pomeranians that when they go potty outside, they sometimes come in with poop on their butt. And so that actually works very well to wipe them with. And it's very surprising, but they do very well with it versus like something else that would not be okay with them. Like, so
they don't have any reactions to it, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They don't mind it at all. So,
okay.
And it works very well with their fur and stuff. So,
how do you use that? Do you dilute it? Do you have it in a spray bottle, or?
I have it in a spray bottle. I do it normally with the how it directions, and it's what I use for like my counter and stuff like that. And then I actually just spray it like on a paper towel, and then just wipe. Like, I don't actually spray on them, like, but I do.
They might not appreciate that.
Yeah, they would not. But yeah. They don't react or act funny with it, so I've seen that works the best for them. So I just thought I could add that in there.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Dr. Mia Frezzo says that doTERRA essential oils are the safest products to use on your pets. And you don't, I mean, if you don't have the On Guard cleaner, you can always just put some On Guard oil in a spray bottle, and that will work good too for sanitizing and cleaning your floors. All right, some safety tips. Dilution is always a great idea. You can use the doTERRA Touch bottles, or you can make your own. The Touch bottles have been formulated specifically for kids, and so what they told us is that animals are similar to kids, small animals, so you would use basically the same ratio, which is 3 to 6 drops in a 10 ml of carrier oil. Topical application of citrus on cats. They said use lemongrass in place of citrus, or like in the diffuser for allergies too, they recommended using lemongrass instead of citrus. Dogs, when applying on the inside of the ear, be careful with longer eared animals that they don't get in the eyes with ear swings. All right, diffusing is a really hot topic for, can I diffuse around my pets? Yes, they said, but use common sense. And I think this goes without saying. I'm speaking only about doTERRA essential oils here. They are certified pure therapeutic grade. And so when everything that we're saying tonight is specifically about doTERRA. I cannot speak to any other oils. doTERRAs are the purest. So that's what we're talking about tonight, is only doTERRA. Now, they said use common sense, you know, but 6 to 8 drops of oil in a diffuser is fine for your animals. And you wouldn't want to use 20 drops of melaleuca. Speaking of melaleuca, I know that has been talked about a lot. Some people freak out about using melaleuca around their animals. The general consensus was that, and this was from all the veterinarians there, was that melaleuca, you can use it with discretion. The one vet said that she does use it in her practice on occasion, but there's a lot of other oils that you can use in place of the melaleuca. So normally what we use melaleuca for is like cleansing, right? So you can use geranium or vitae. Myrrh is also very cleansing. So those are some options that you can use instead of the melaleuca. It's just that the animals, small pets, do not process melaleuca like humans do. So it takes them a little bit longer to excrete it out of their system. So, you know, I don't think you're going to kill your pet if you use 1 drop of melaleuca on them, but just to be on the safe side, I would definitely, like the doctors said, use geranium in place of it, or myrrh or something like that if you have it.
I actually have used melaleuca, so I can testify against that. Like, as far as like, as long as you use it in moderation, I don't think it's going to hurt you. I actually used it on one of my little 5-pound Pomeranians. I used the roller bottle. I rolled it on my finger, and I put it on. She had ringworm on her stomach, and I used it for 2 days, and that was it. Twice a day, and I just rolled it on my finger, put it on there, and it was gone. So,
okay, awesome.
I know that it probably is not gonna. I mean, yeah, if you're gonna go ahead and like try to drop it, I don't know, like how much like I would do of that, but yeah, I've seen like people freak out because it supposedly is very toxic to the dogs. So,
right. Well, that's good to know. And you said that you use the melaleuca Touch, so that's already diluted for children, small children.
mm-hmm.
So you were using a very, very minute amount.
Yeah, exactly.
For 2 days. So yeah. Okay, awesome. So hopefully that clears up some questions on melaleuca. So here are some exact recommended protocols from the veterinarians. The Dr. McCaskill said that he diffuses every day Serenity and lavender in his clinic. And then if he has a day that he knows is going to be extra stressful, he adds frankincense for additional support. And you can also apply that topically to the pads of the feet, the tips of the ears, under the abdomen. They said go against the grain of the hair. when you're petting, when you're applying these oils. You can also let the animal smell it first. They'll tell you what they like. I know Jade's got some good stories about that. Snoring. If your dog has a snoring problem, you can use Breathe in the diffuser at night. Dr. McCaskill said that since they've been using Breathe, him and the dog's snoring have decreased at least 75%. So I thought that was pretty cool. Breathe can also be used topically, diluted on the pads of the feet for respiratory issues. So here's an allergy blend that they recommended. Dr. Yamamoto was using 1 drop each of the lemon, lavender, and peppermint with 1 teaspoon of the fractionated coconut oil, and she had a 60-pound pet. I believe it was a bulldog. You can apply in between toes, top and bottom of paws, tips of ears, on the back, with and against the grain of the hair, and on the belly. And you can also diffuse. And then here's where you would switch out the lemon for lemongrass with cats. Fleas and ticks, arborvitae, geranium, lemongrass, cedarwood, and rosemary. TerraShield is also a good option. doTERRA has that in a spray bottle. You might need to reapply periodically to maintain protection. I know Michelle uses the TerraShield on her dog. Lightly mist and distribute with hands on legs and underbelly and back. You can also put it in your hand and pet the animal in a way that the pet is happy and content. Make it a bonding experience. I know Jade's dogs are very happy. She uses oils on them all the time, and she does let them smell the oils and choose what they want. Digestive issues. I did not realize that pets had a lot of digestive issues, I guess. You can use the Digest Zen on a daily basis. You can apply it topically to the belly. And that is another one that is in the doTERRA Touch bottle, so it's already diluted for you. Gut health. Nutrition is foundational, just like people. They recommended the Lifelong Vitality, the TerraZyme, and PB Assist daily. You also want a high quality food. If you have a problem with dry skin or itching, rather if your pet does, add omega-3s, digestive enzymes, and probiotics. So that's where the omega-3s would be where your Lifelong Vitality comes in. And that was recommended by Dr. Rourke. And a daily probiotic was recommended by Dr. Yamamoto. So we have several options for the probiotics. Some things you can use for cuts and abrasions. Lavender and frankincense diluted offer soothing and support. The wound tends to itch as it heals, which causes the pet to want to lick or chew, which makes it worse, and oils will provide soothing to the itchiness. They were talking about making an emergency kit for like sport dogs or dogs that are outside a lot. And the good thing about the emergency kit is the oils that are in it are great for you as well as for your pet. So add myrrh for cleansing and soothing properties, and helichrysum for skin rejuvenation and to slow or stop bleeding. You can also add geranium. One of the recommendations that Dr. Fisher made was to use aloe vera juice instead of fractionated coconut oil, because to make a spray with these oils, because the wound is already wet, and so using the fractionated coconut oil would kind of keep it wet, and there's a lot of healing properties in the aloe vera juice, and it would also dry out a little bit quicker. So you can just make a spray with these oils and mist it over area of concern. For the emergency kit, you would want to keep diluted frankincense and lavender. All right. I don't know how many people have horses, but there are a couple things for horses and calves too. For muscle soreness, they recommended copaiba, aroma touch, and frankincense. You can apply 5 to 6 drops of the copaiba topically to the spine. Let the horse smell it and lick it off your hands. Use Digest Zen for digestive issues. Apply Intune and Balance for focus and calming. You can put it in your hand and rub it into the mane and on the spine. And you have a natural horse diffuser. So if you're going to be rubbing it into the mane, I would definitely recommend using a little bit of fractionated coconut oil to help hold it in there a little bit longer. And I know this comes up later, but my sister said that what she's found, she deals a lot with horses and cattle, and she said that not diluting for large animals seems to be the most effective. So let me introduce to you Jade, Pullen, and Furry Friends. Jade's going to talk to you about some of the things that she uses on her pets.
Yeah, is it on? Yeah. Okay. So I personally working like with UTIs. I don't know. I didn't see you mention that, Joe. Like that was part of the what you can use for them. I actually do see juniper berry works very well for some of my dogs. See Zeus, which is the dog right there to the left. He actually responds to lemon better than he responds to juniper berry. I know every human like responds different to oils, just like every dog does. He didn't really like the smell to juniper berry, but Prince gets he has, from what the vet has told me, that he actually, the way that he was born, that he would get UTIs frequently, just the way his genetics is around his area, his genitalia area. And so I actually, when he gets one or starts one that I've seen, I actually use juniper berry on him, and he loves it. He doesn't act anything. I put it on his paw in between, usually the left side, and he I do that for like 2 or 3 days, and he seems to do fine. And then it might be 4 or 5 months down the road, and it might happen again. And so I do that, and it saves a big vet bill. That's all I have to say. Like, and I don't really like to put the dogs on antibiotics, just for the fact of all the side effects it does to them, because of the fact that they get constipation or they have diarrhea and everything like that. And I'm not totally against, if the dog needs it, then they need it. My love, which is my little Pomeranian, she has really bad anxiety when I leave, like separation anxiety. So, I crate them when I leave. I've always done that since they were young. And so I have made up a spray bottle. The little tiny spray bottles, I will put lavender, lang lang, serenity, and frankincense. And I actually spray that on her pillow in her crate. And and this was a true test because my neighbors could hear her when I left. And so I started doing that, and she actually slept through the night without even barking. They said they didn't hear her once. So I think that helps her a lot. So, but when I'm here, she doesn't have a problem, but I still put it on there because I think it calms her in a sense. So,
Jade, can I ask a question real quick? So I see that you have the 4 drops, 3 and 3 down below. So that's just the blend that you make in a spray bottle. What about the top there where you've got serenity, frankincense, lang lang, and lavender?
I do 4 drops of lavender. I do 4 drops of lang lang and 3 drops of serenity, and then frankincense I do 2 drops, and then I put in a carrier oil.
Okay.
Just because I would normally put like a distilled water in, and that's what I do for me personally when I spray it on my pillow. But the carrier oil seems to last longer. It goes into their bed longer and stays there, and maybe gets on their fur. I don't know. I usually do like a fractionated coconut oil. So with the rest, I fill the rest up. So after I do the drops, so
okay.
she's never reacted like badly to it. Yeah. What was I also gonna say? I personally haven't tried the dry shampoo yet. I had recently saw that and I wanted to try it because Zeus, which is the German Shepherd, he has really bad dry skin. He doesn't take well to baths. And I do make up my own dog shampoo. So, but he does. He just has. I've read that it's just part of his, his genetics that he gets really bad dry skin. So I would like to try that dog shampoo. I do the deodorizing spray. I do like that, especially on rainy days when they come in and they have a little bit of a dog smell to them.
Have you used that like on the carpet if they had an accident in the house to get rid of that smell or anything?
I use what do I use? I use lemon and baking soda. You're supposed to put down baking soda to absorb. And then I use lemon, but I actually use it in a spray bottle.
Okay.
Actually just like drop it right on it because of the fact that, if you're talking about pee, it's going to expand. And so you're going to have to use multiple drops. So, and I've also learned that if you put peppermint on a regular basis on your carpet, it will deter them from trying to pee on your carpet.
Oh, okay.
I've just from what I've heard. So I haven't tried it, but that's just what I've heard. My dogs do pretty well. I mean, yes, they have occasional accidents, and that's not usually for the fact that they're not potty trained. They're just like if, Prince has a UTI, just something like that, or they get scared, or we have someone come to the door. Mila has, she gets very excited and she'll pee while, when someone comes to the door. So, but one thing I do like to point out though is please let your dog smell the oil. They will if they will turn their head from it. And I thought about taking a video at some point and showing they'll either turn their head or they'll walk away from you if they do not like it. If they like it, they will smell it and then they will try to lick it. So that is one thing I have figured out. And so you don't want to put something on your dogs that they don't like. I mean, that's just going to be not good for them. They're not going to trust you in that sense. That's not good bonding experience with you two. They're not going to want to come to you to get oils put on them, so that's what I have figured out. And so
unless it's like a cut or an abrasion that you gotta have frankincense on it.
Yeah. And for all of my dogs like frankincense. There's only like a couple of them, like Zeus, he doesn't like juniper berry at all. I've let him smell it and he just runs. So, and Mila loves lavender. She goes crazy over it. She'll start flipping around, and so she loves that. And like I said, though it's pretty cool to experience in testing and everything. Oils are not what do I say about as far as every dog is different, and I'm not saying that you should completely try it, but I definitely think that you should try to do it. And I'm not saying it's I'm not a vet, so it's hard to explain, you know what I mean? So
but that's your first, for you, that is your first go-to when you have an issue, right, with the dogs, is the oils first.
Yes, oils first, before going to the vet. I actually haven't been to the vet in a very long time. Other than I did a checkup with Zeus when I first got him. He's not very old, so I just did make sure that he was okay as far as everything, his everything checking up okay on him.
Yep.
So his heart, his lungs, and stuff like that. So just wanted to make sure, and one thing I haven't, and I don't know, I didn't put this on here, but you can use, and I can't think of it at the top of my head, but you can actually use oils for parasites. and which was a big thing for Zeus when we got him, is that he did, you know, most puppies do. I don't know if anyone realized that most puppies do have parasites. You know, that was one thing we did take him to the vet for, just to see, you know, what, if he still had them. You know, and I follow this girl that blogs about, and I would have to share the link or whatever. She blogs about, you know, her dogs as well. And so what she does with like the parasites is I can't remember exactly on the top of my head what oil it is. But she actually did that with her puppies every time she got one. And then she took them to the vet, and then they do a poop sample and to see if it has any eggs or parasites. And she said it always came out like clean. So, you know, I didn't know, like, but do not use the doTERRA On Guard toothpaste on your dogs, because it has that, is it the Xtile?
Xylitol.
Yeah, Xtile. That can be very toxic to dogs. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I haven't used it on them. So I've actually just made up my own for them. So I use baking soda, coconut oil, and peppermint. I have seen where you shouldn't use wintergreen, but I haven't really seen why you couldn't. But but yeah, I do use that, and they do fine with it. I don't do it as much as I would like to brush their teeth, but you know, it's super hard to brush dogs. They do not like it one bit. So
the wintergreen is not for internal consumption. That's probably the only reason they say that. So yeah, the peppermint sounds like a good option.
Yeah, because they can have they can do peppermint. One of Kyra does not like, which is the little white Pomeranian you'll see right there. She does not like peppermint, so at all.
So one of the new oils, speaking about parasites, one of the new oils, turmeric, is really good for that. Clove, lemongrass, oregano, and thyme are the other ones they have listed.
Oh, I see that Leslie commented there and said that it's clove in the toothpaste.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I thought it was maybe the X-Tile. I don't know though. So I don't know if it actually would be toxic. I really haven't tried, like, so, you know, but I get a little nervous with mine because they're just so small. Like Zeus, you know, at some point he will be like 100 pounds. So he's
right,
like a human almost, like, but with the little ones, you know, their bodies can't.
They don't metabolize. Yeah, right.
Metabolize
You just
use
caution. Yep.
So, and this is just what
hey, about the xylitol, because it is the xylitol that the dogs can't have. So any of the On Guard products that have xylitol in it, like the toothpaste, I think the On Guard beadlets also have it. I saw Dr. Janet Rourke post a post on that earlier. I can't remember if it was on Instagram or if it was on Facebook, but she made a big post and she listed all of the products that the dogs can't have because of the xylitol.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. I didn't know how to say the word. I knew it started with an X or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I knew something about that. Like, and I really didn't know that. So, and I'm glad, you know, I didn't use it on them. So, this is the chart that I use for diluting. So, you know, if you're going to use something for a couple days, it makes it not like putting it in a little, you know, glass thing and being able to use that when you dilute them. So, and that's what I do. I usually, like, you know, take a little dropper and just drop it on their feet. So okay. That's what I usually do. Or, you know, if I'm going to rub it, I'm going to just put it on my hands and then rub it on their ears or, you know, their belly. Like, just, I would stay away from, like, the genitalia areas and the eyes. So. Yep.
Just like for humans.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Jade. We're going to hopefully take some questions when we get to the end. I have a few more slides to show you. So some tried and true tips from friends and family. I had some people share with me some of the things that they use. So peppermint applied to a newborn calf if they're a little lethargic helps to wake them up and get them energized, and just 2 to 3 drops topically on the chest and neck area. You can use On Guard soft gels to boost their immune system if you're having if you're having some issues and need some extra support. Also helps them to recover from antibiotic treatment. On Guard applied topically to a cow on the hoof to treat infection. And Melaleuca, and I will go into this a little bit more, Melaleuca, oregano, and helichrysum applied to an open wound on a horse. So this is some things that my sister shared with me, what she uses, and I've got a picture. Hopefully nobody that's on is too squeamish, because I've got some before and after pictures of her horse when it tangled with, I think it was some tin. It was a really nasty cut. So she says that comfrey leaves, they can be grown in your backyard, and they are really therapeutic, and they make a great packing or dressing for the wound. The Redmond clay, you can get that from Amazon, pulls out infection. So the way she recommended was you have to mix the clay with water anyway, so she just adds the oils in with that. And then with the comfrey leaves, she chops them up in the blender with water, and then she puts the oils, applies the oils to the wound, and then packs in the comfrey leaves and wraps it with saran wrap and then an ace bandage to keep it on. Correct X for doggy acne. One of my friends sent me that. And Correct X does have Melaleuca in it, but it's highly diluted, and she only used it for a couple of days. So again, just like what Jade was saying, using some common sense and making sure that it is diluted, just using some caution with that.
Correct X. I actually have used that on a couple of my dogs, and Zeus, when he was younger, tore up his pad a little bit on his bottom of his foot, and I actually used that, and it healed within just like a couple of days. So it's pretty. And then when Myla and Kyra got surgery to be, I can't even think of the word right now. Not neutered, but spayed, and with their wound on their belly, I used that like when they had like their thing, and it does great. So
Did they try to lick it?
No, actually they didn't. So I was really surprised with that. Usually they do, like so yeah.
Well, that's the Correct X has the heavy hitters, and it's got your helichrysum and frankincense also. So
I'm using Correct X right now currently, so on my cut that I have. So, but and then speaking of oregano, I don't know if you guys are aware of parvo, like and stuff, like, can be very deadly to dogs. Like that is, you can use oregano, and it says that it would help parvo. And so usually parvo is very deadly, like to dogs if they catch it. So that's just what I've heard. I have used oregano, and it does not do anything to the dog. I used it only on Zeus though, which he's a little bit bigger. And I only used 1 drop, and I put it in a veggie capsule, and he took it internally. And so it did not hurt him. I know that was one thing that I have read, that oregano is not like something you definitely are not going to want to use on a daily basis. Like, so, but I'm just saying I've used it. It's safe, but I'm not saying it's going to be, if you're not comfortable with using it, then that's all right. Like,
yeah, absolutely. Well, and again, I think using common sense, and like what you said, just you don't use it we don't use it on a daily basis on ourselves.
No, exactly.
Unless we're fighting something. And so
where you can't use it more than 7 days, right?
10 days is what they recommend, and then taking a break. Yeah.
Yeah.
just because it is so potent. But this lady said that oregano in the diffuser helped her cat with anxiety when she went to work. It helped keep him calm. So I thought that was interesting. But again, you know, every animal is different, just like humans. So different things work for different ones. Okay, this is where it gets a little gross, a little graphic. So this is Princess. She is a 7-year-old quarter horse. She's very gentle. That's my nephew there. August 2, 2017, she got this. This picture here on the left is what the wound looked like. It's really deep. My sister's got her finger in it all the way up to her hand. That's how deep it was. And you can see they did stitch it. This is 12 days later. And what she did exactly is she made a blend with lavender and melaleuca. She used equal drops, 4 to 5 drops of each, the lavender and the melaleuca. And again, you could use geranium in place of the melaleuca if you're worried about it. And then she did use oregano. She said she went really sparse on it. She only used 1 to 2 drops of oregano for every 4 to 5 drops of the lavender and melaleuca. And she also added 1 drop of helichrysum. 1 drop, she said, goes a long way. So that's what she put into the wound, and then she packed it with the comfrey leaves and used saran wrap over top of that, and then an ace bandage. And she did that twice a day. So this is what it looked like 12 days later. And this is what she looks like today. So you can see she's running around, healed very nicely. There's still a little scar there, but I thought that was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So just to recap, our top essential oils and products for pets. I guess I will read them off for those of you that might be on the phone. Frankincense, lavender, myrrh. Those are, like, I have these listed kind of in order. Dr. McCaskill said that you cannot go wrong with frankincense, that he thinks that's the #1 must-have for pets, for humans too. Copaiba, geranium, helichrysum, cedarwood, serenity, TerraShield, lemongrass, rosemary, lemon, breathe, digest zen, on guard, the lifelong vitality, Terrazyme, and PB Assist. And then some other oils you can have on hand, especially for horses and dogs, is the Balance, In Tune, and the Aroma Touch.
I've used the Digestine on Kyra.
Okay.
And she has really bad digestive issues in the first place. And I use it when she gets really bad diarrhea sometimes. And so when I put that on her, it just does wonders. I just can't believe like what, some of these oils do, like, and it's pretty incredible, to be honest with you. So it really is, like, as far as like, most people run to a vet when they get scared or whatever, but you got to think about too that, dogs were wild at one point. They had to do something to heal themselves and stuff like that. And so, you're there to help them with that, because, obviously we have brought the wild a little bit out of them. Like, so, helping them and stuff like that I think is incredible. I mean, so, and myself, I don't like going to the doctor. So I would prefer to do it all naturally. And that's what I usually do. So I don't remember the last time I went to the doctor. I think
it's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's when I got my tonsils out.
Yeah, it's amazing to have these wonderful tools at our disposal to be able to help ourselves and our pets. Mm-hmm. So with a chronic digestive issue like that, maybe the PB Assist, I'm thinking maybe the kids' PB Assist might be something to look into.
Yeah, but doesn't that have the X-Style?
Oh, the xylitol. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
That's what I was wondering, like, especially like that, you wouldn't want to give them like the powder kind. Like PV assist that comes like that tastes
The
like
junior? Yeah. Like, why not? You don't think they'd like that? I bet they'd love
Oh,
it.
I'm sure they would love it. They would just love it. Like, I don't know how good it would be for them, but I love it.
I know that I don't remember, I think it was the Essential Oil Vet. And I think that's Dr. Janet Rourke, maybe.
Yes, that's Dr. Janet Rourke. She's the essential oil vet.
Okay. Didn't she say that, like, with the supplements, like the Terrazyme and the PB Assist, that one every couple days is sufficient? Or was that
Yes,
something?
I think that's what she said.
Okay. So it's not like
So
humans where you take it daily,
Yeah.
Right.
unless you have a big
And you
dog.
don't take the full dose.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Unless you had, like, you know, when Jade's German Shepherd gets to 100 pounds, there would be no problem with giving him, you know, a full dose of the PB Assist to help with that skin issue. What's that?
He's getting there up in weight. He's 54 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Getting close then.
Yeah, he's growing. He's only a little over 6 months.
So here's some additional resources for you. doTERRA is coming out with a veterinary advisory board later this year. So just keep tabs on the doTERRA Facebook page for information on that. Spoil Your Pet is a book co-authored by Dr. Mia Frezzo, and you can follow the Essential Oil Vet on Facebook. Michelle, did we have any questions that came through on the chat?
Leslie asked about the clove in the toothpaste, if that was one of the things. I don't know about the clove. And then Karina, I think I said your name right, hopefully. She's wondering about hip dysplasia for dogs and what oils would be good as the dog ages and is having greater discomfort. I guess my suggestion would go with Copaiba.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. Definitely the Copaiba.
Yeah, I would definitely have to agree.
And frankincense. Frankincense is an enhancer, so whatever you put, you know, frankincense with, it's going to enhance that oil.
I have something that, you know, it's basically you would take 3 tablespoons of coconut oil or a carrier oil, do 3 drops of lavender, 3 drops of peppermint, 2 drops of copaiba, and 2 drops of this must have been a little bit older that I was doing it, though. They don't carry white fur anymore, do they?
It's Siberian fur now.
Yeah, so that would what you would use then. It was white fur though at one time when I wrote this down.
Yep.
And then you actually rub it directly on the pad of their foot for faster bloodstream to get to the bloodstream, and that is for aging care.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. So that was, can you just one more time? That was 4 drops of
3 tablespoons of coconut oil or carrier oil, and then 3 drops of lavender, 3 drops of peppermint, 2 drops of copaiba, and 2 drops of Siberian fir.
Awesome.
And I'm assuming the lavender is going to be calming, the peppermint's going to be inflammation, and copaiba is going to be for pain. And then not really sure with the Siberian fir why I had that in there. Like,
that's really good for inflammation and pain as well, for muscle and joint support. Yep. And you could even add, I would throw in at least 1 drop of the helichrysum too.
Yeah, and so you can also apply it directly to the area. So let's say their leg's hurting, and you can apply it directly to the area, like you're saying, the direction of the fur, and then, or you can put it on their paw. So to get it probably faster into the bloodstream versus just putting it right on the area.
Right. Yep. To go with the paw. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And if it hurts too much where they won't let you touch that, you could always mix that up in a spray instead of using the coconut oil. You know, use the aloe vera juice.
Yeah.
or a fractionated coconut oil. For myself, I use a lot of witch hazel.
Yep.
The fractionated coconut oil. It just helps everything bind together, and it doesn't dissipate quite as quickly as when you mix water for a spray.
I don't know if you guys want the what I use for a doggy shampoo. I didn't put that on my page. I've been busy. I got a lot going on. I'm moving in like in 2 months, so but I do 1 cup of distilled water, 1 tablespoon of castor oil soap, 1/4 of a teaspoon of vitamin E oil, 3 drops of peppermint, 3 drops of lavender, 2 drops of Roman chamomile, 2 drops of Purify, and 1 drop of cedar wood. And that's what I do. And obviously you can make as much as you want by just doubling like everything. Like, so like I was showing Joe, I have a book that I write all my recipes down. So I have to remember them somehow.
That's right. That is fantastic.
I have a lot for dogs, so you can only imagine what I have from, me and Michael. So
I've also, I believe that was Dr. Janet Rourke that was talking about using the kid vitamins. If you do have smaller pets and you wanted to support them, the foundationally, nutrition-wise, you could use the kids' vitamins too, if they would chew it up. I don't know if they would chew it up or not, but.
Is the Owie spray made in oil camp okay for dogs?
Go ahead and read it. What does it say? What's the question?
Is the Owie spray made in oil camp okay for dogs?
Oh, yeah. I don't remember what's in the Owie spray. It's frankincense, lavender.
I can't remember what is in that either.
I would assume it would be, because even if it had like Maluka or something, it's probably very dilute. Like
Yeah.
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 I would assume.
And then Karina was also asking if you could give the dogs that those oils internally.
Yes.
I know we take them internally as humans. And I know Dr. Rourke had showed us a video of her horse, and I know this is a horse, it's not a dog, but I think it would be the same concept, and the horse would take Copaiba directly from her hand.
Yes.
So I think if your dog is willing to take it, you can try it.
Yeah. I agree. I had actually a client here in Tennessee that the allergies are horrible for people and animals here because there's something always blooming pretty much almost year round. She put a little bit of peppermint in their water and they stopped coughing, and the allergy symptoms went away. So
lemon in my dog's water.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Okay.
And they have no problem drinking it. It's just like a detox, just like it's good for us to take every day. Like,
Sure.
I have like a huge thing, so I use not very much lemon because I don't want them to over smell it and not want to drink water either. So, but yeah, I think it's be good. And then, what was anything for birds?
Yes.
Anything for birds.
I don't know anything about birds. Sorry, Suzanne.
Like something I should use, but
They didn't talk anything about birds. That would be a great question for Dr. Janet Rourke on Facebook there, if you want to follow her. I really am hesitant to recommend anything because I have no idea how their bodies are, like compared to ours or compared to dogs and things. But one thing to remember is that these oils are absolutely pure. Birds are outside. They eat things that are outside. They're around plants and trees all the time. I just can't imagine, like frankincense on a wound or something. of course, highly diluted. I just can't imagine that it would be harmful to them, you know. So I'm sorry, Suzanne, they didn't really speak to that. Was there anything else?
Just please post the dog shampoo recipe on your page.
I'm typing it right now.
And then
one thing I was going to say about taking them internally is that I have put oils in a veggie capsule, and I just and then I either put it in like a treat, wrap it around a treat, and then give it to them, because you wouldn't want them just to pop it in their mouth, like, so.
Yeah, for sure.
I have the list of the other products that have xylitol in them that you're not supposed to give your pets.
Okay.
Do you want me to share that with you real quick?
Sure.
Okay, it's the Slim and Sassy gum, which I don't know why you would give your pets gum. Kind of a no-brainer on that one. On Guard toothpaste, the On Guard mouthwash, the On Guard beadlets, the peppermint beadlets, the PB Assist Junior, and the Digestin tabs. The Digest tabs. I think it's the chewable one.
Yep. Okay.
So, and I can share that on whatever page you want me to, Joe. I can get it to you and share that too.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Michelle. So for those of you, I don't know if anybody's on tonight that's brand new to essential oils, you might be wondering how to get these amazing products. I can help you with that. If you do not already have a doTERRA representative, but if you do have somebody who's been talking to you and giving you samples, you need to go talk to them. They can help you. If you do not have anybody yet, I would definitely be happy to help you. I do have some extra bonuses also this month, and you can get a hold of us, me or John. Connect with us on Facebook and Instagram, Highly Empowered Life Players, website, email. And we'll have a new product support page coming soon, and it's going to be called Help with Essential Oils. Stands for Highly Empowered Life Practices. So I'll be offering a lot more classes like this, online classes specific to different subjects. Did we have any more questions, Michelle?
No, that was it.
Okay, I'm going to stop share and
I got the.
hey, thank you to everyone who jumped on. Again, I will be sending out the recording of this this week, hopefully.
If you guys
I'll
want
get it to
that dog shampoo recipe, I did put it in the chat. So.
Oh, okay.
For Roberto.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to end the recording.